Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Hope you're all safe and well. And I've got through the Christmas period like I have with no troubles at all. It was nice and calm. And that's just the way I like it. Nice and calm. So I've got a lot to talk about that's happened over the past, I'd say, past couple of days. First off, it was Sunday. It was my birthday. Yay, happy birthday, me. No, just joking. Uh, I reached the grand old age of 47. So my birthday was Sunday and I had a nice relaxing day. I didn't get up to anything much. There wasn't really anything much to get up to, really. No, there wasn't. No. Anyway, before we start, I'm the classic 80s fanboy, otherwise known as Carl. So if you've not seen my channel before, usually I put up toy reviews or reviews on DVDs or CDs, and some of it is 80s orientated because that's the era that I grew up in, the 1980s, and some of it is because I'm a massive Doctor Who fan, which I'll show you later. I'm going to do another video of a walk around my room because, as I said, things have changed. I bought some stuff before Christmas, so I will walk through that on a video, and I'll try and get it organised to have a voice over the top rather than me talking actually on the video, because my wife is working next door, and during the day you can hear her, and she's not like me. She's loud and abrupt, and a West Midlander, so she's bless her heart, she's very loud. So I tend to keep quiet when she's at work, and I'm usually downstairs. So I've had this goatee since about November. I thought I'd have a go at growing it again. So I grew it started growing it during Remembrance, and that's how big it's got now. See that? It's all big now, and it's gone grey. It's going grey now because I'm beginning to show my age. But it's funny because, like, I did have brown hair. Now it's grey. Now it's all grey now. I used to have brown hair before it started going grey. But funny enough, my beards and goatees, whenever I grew them, always used to be ginger for some strange reason. So I must have some Scot in my family because this is ginger. It was ginger. Now it's gone grey again. Never mind. Right, so what's been happening? Well, as I said, it was my birthday on Sunday. It was my 47th. So I got a few presents. Sorry, that's Alexa. She's Alexa, be quiet. So I'll just grab you and show you some stuff that I've got. Most of it was from my lovely wife. So the first thing I've got, which I've only watched once, but I haven't gone. Maybe if I watch it, the next time I watch it, I'll write a review for it, and I'll have a chat about it in one of my videos, and that is Justice League. You can see that there, but not Joss Whedon's Justice League. This is the 4-hour Zack Snyder's version of Justice League. So it's a massive 4 hours long. And so it's a hell of a lot better than the dross that Joss Whedon put out. So much better. So it's still not perfect, but it makes more sense than Joss Whedon's version, which I do have. So what I'll do is I'll write some sort of review on this, and I'll have a chat about it on one of my videos, and we'll compare the two. The other thing she sent me, bless her, I love her to bits, is this, which is a new journal, which I can start at any time because it's just empty blank pages. My Doctor Who TARDIS journal, which is empty pages. So whenever I feel like it, I may not start it this year. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, there's a journal for me to start writing my thoughts and feelings down on again. I didn't complete the last one. I didn't do the full year because I didn't feel the need to. And plus the fact work was an absolute nightmare over Christmas. It was busy as hell. And at the moment, I'm almost doing... I have a part-time... My work is part-time. So I have a part-time job, which I'm contracted to work for 20 hours per week. But at the moment, I'm average in between 30 and 32 hours a week now. So at the moment, I am working more or less full-time hours, which is good for me because I get extra money, which helps, but I get heavily taxed for it because, as you all know, I'm an ex-armed forces personnel, so I'm getting a military pension. So they're not taxing my military pension because I'm earning more. They're taxing my wages coming in, which is a bummer. But never mind, it's a fact of life. So the other thing which brought me for my birthday was a little bit extra is this. And this is the unofficial biography of Roger Delgado by Marcus Harms. Yeah. So he, in my opinion, he was the best master by far. He worked under John Pertwee's Third Doctor. And this is his biography. I'll show you the back. Autumn. I mean, that picture there reminds me of my friend John. He dressed up as one of these autumn daffodil sellers for the latest Doctor Who, or one of the latest Doctor Who releases in the Blu-ray range. So he was one of the autumns working with Katie Manning. There, so that's that. So, my birthday, I got, you get birthday money. Well, I got birthday money from both my father, my mum and dad, and my sister. So they gave me a nice little birthday present. And what I did is I bought something that I had one. Well, I never had this when I was a kid, but I had some of the figures. I can remember that. This is going back into the 80s. I don't know whether I want to show you it now. Shall I show you? Do you really want to see it? Okay, I'll give you a little sneaky peek. So I'm just going to lift the camera off the laptop and I'll talk about this as well. So there we go. Any guesses as to what that is? I'll bring that right back. And go down. And then up. Bonus points if you got it. It is actually He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Castles. Let me get this right. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Origins line, Castle Grayskull. And doesn't it look fantastic? Just standing proud there on top of the drawers. So I added a little bit of my own money to that. That's from what my parents give me. So I bought that. And over there, that's what my sister bought, which was Orko and Evil Lyn. And at some point, I'll might review them at some point as well. So I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of things to get organised. But what I was finding, let's go back to me a minute so you can see my beautiful face again. Put it back on the stash. And I'm back in the room. Now, what I was finding is the laptop that I had was just so slow. I mean, I'd had it for about 10 years, and it 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 was useless. It'd take me an hour to even get on StreamYard, and even then there was no guarantee I could get on. So I'd be there clicking away, trying to set everything up. Get to the bit where you enter the studio, and my camera wouldn't work. And this is well, it's not that old. It's only about a couple of months old. It's a HD camera for a laptop, and it must not have been compatible with my laptop because it was just running slow and slow. And in the end, for a few days at a time, I just give up making broadcasts because I just couldn't get on. It'd take me so long to boot it up and everything, and by the time I got to the stage where I was just about to get on, it'd be like 9 o'clock at night, and I thought, nah, I can't be done with this anymore. So what I did as well is I went out because I got to the end of my tether and I bought a new laptop. So what I'm doing now is what you're seeing now is me broadcasting from my brand new laptop, and this will be solely devoted to just doing YouTube videos and Zoom calling from work because sometimes you have to do 10 meetings on Zoom, and just purely for StreamYard and a little something else as well, which I'll talk about in a minute. So yes, this week I'm off from work. I've got a nice week off. So my birthday was Sunday. I'm not due back to work till next Tuesday now. But in the meantime, my car is due to go in for its MOT in February. Now my car is a Citroen Picasso and it's 21 years old. I couldn't believe it. And it's coming up to 150,000 miles on the clock, which means when you hit 150,000 or within 10 years, every 10 years, you're supposed to get a new timing belt, a new water pump as well. And if you think about it, just for the price of doing a timing belt, because they've got to get into the engine, is, we all know, it's way over 500 quid. So even with that, and you've got the water pump, and I've got the MOT to do, and I've got to have that full service as well, we're looking at £1,600 at least. So just for curiosity, I got on to WeBuyAnyCar.com just to find out how much the car was worth. And it's only worth 150 quid. So at that point, I phoned my sister-in-law because she knows a lot about cars. Hi, Liz, how are you doing? She used to be a full-time driver, so she knows a lot about cars. She's done a lot. She drives a lot. She used to do a lot of traveling, and we weighed it, the pros and the cons. Now, the pro was there wasn't any. The con was that the car's only worth 150 quid. So at that point, it's just not worth keeping it. So she advised me to, first thing to do was to have a credit check. And I've never had one done for a few years, but last year I tried to apply for a loan and got refused. So I thought, okay, this year I'll check my credit score. So I got into Experian, and I couldn't believe it. I've got the highest credit score you can get. So that shocked me a little bit. So I ended up applying for a loan at my bank, and I got it granted. Plus, they were willing to lend me about 4 times as much as what I applied for. In fact, seven times more than what I applied for. No, hang on. 6 times. 6 because I applied for. Yeah, I could have got 6 times the amount I applied for. But I didn't want that because it's a heavy burden and I'd be ending up paying a lot more off. But so for the past couple of days, yesterday and today, I've been car hunting. And my God, what an eye opener! What an absolute eye opener! I couldn't believe how much second-hand cars are worth these days. So for me, I mean, years ago, when I was first learned how to drive, I mean, I first learned to drive when I was 30 years old. So it was only 17 years ago. But then when you got a car, it was on the mileage. And these days and age, it doesn't seem to be on the mileage. It seems to be on how old the car is, which beggars belief because like your car could be a 2008 car, but still be worth 30, 40. I think between 17 and 20,000, I'd say 17 and 20,000 pounds. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was looking at cars, thinking, how am I supposed to? How are you supposed to afford that? The only way you could afford that is if you have a full-time job, working in a decent job, and be single. That's the only way I can see you could do that. To be able to afford a car like that. So I've done some. I'm in an iron, and it seems like where I've got a 2 litre Picasso, I think I might have to drop a few litres to make it more economical. Because at the end of the day, I only go really. The wife and I only go downtown every so often, and I go to work, which is only like 5 minutes drive down the road, and we'll only do long drives once, twice a year, if that. So there's no point getting a 2 litre engine now. Plus we're going to go from diesel because the price of diesel has gone through the roof. Go back to petrol, and what I'd ideally like is an automatic rather than a manual because before I left the armed forces and I'd have a medical with a doctor, and he said if I was you, I'd plan at getting an automatic car rather than a manual because later on you're going to start feeling it. Because as we all know, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't allowed to stay on in the armed forces because my arthritis had got that bad. It was pretty bad, pretty horrendous. So it's osteoarthritis of both my knees, where I've got no cartilage left in either knee. So he said, I'd think about looking at going automatic. So I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm looking at going for a smaller sized engine, and basically as I said, going for a smaller size engine with an automatic transmission if I can get it. If not, it'll have to be manual. But whatever car I get now is going to have to last me because for at least another 5 years. So without costing too much. But hey ho. So yeah, as I say, I've had a pretty busy week. With regards to, I'm trying to keep myself busy as well because one thing I'm finding, I found last time when I had time off, because I'm always having time off when I'm always working, so I can't do an awful lot anyway, and I'll be sat there all day, just twiddling my thumbs, just doing basic housework. I know I've got jobs within the house to do. I've got flooring that needs replacing in the bedroom, but I can't do that yet until I get paid because I'm not willing to hack into my loan because that's basically for my car. So I'm going to wait until I get paid. I get paid on Friday, and then I'll start getting the equipment that I need and hopefully over the weekend spend some time replacing the flooring in the bedroom. Because every morning and throughout the night when I get up to go to the toilet, I'm like that. Because I'm at an angle. But there's a massive dip right by my bed like that. And I think it's actually causing the bed to slant. So I'm in bed and I'm not laying flat. I'm laying at an angle, which doesn't help really. It doesn't help my back. I don't think it's helping my back. And B, getting up to go to the toilet during the night is quite a challenge because I'm there like that, grabbing onto the wall. Sorry, I hit the microphone. I'm like that, grabbing onto the walls, trying to steady myself so I don't actually go into the dip. Because the last thing I want to do is go through this, get my foot through the ceiling and break a leg. And that's all possibilities. Because we found out, my brother-in-law came down a couple of years ago and we did the entrance to the bedroom and we replaced the flooring there and some of the flooring in the bathroom that we didn't replace. Really, we should have replaced all of it, but I didn't have the money to do that. This time I have got a bit of money spare, so I can get the proper stuff that I need to finish, to do at least half the bedroom that we missed out in the bathroom. So we found that in between the joists, you're supposed to have a piece of 2x4 I'd say every half a meter. So instead of having, for example, if I give my finger, instead of having like a joist here, a joist here, and a joist here, parallel to each other, you've got 2x4s in between each one, running half a meter. So it creates a square, yeah? And those squares are supposed to be all the way around the floor. So it creates that extra stability. So that when you're walking around, you're not walking in on hardboard in the middle of a gap. You're walking actually on, that when you put your foot down, you're walking on at least either a piece of 2x4 in between the joists, yeah, and the hardboard. So you've got that extra rigidity. That's the word, rigidity. So yeah, that's a job that I'm going to have to do over the weekend. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not looking forward to it, but it's got to be done. It's one of them jobs that it needs to be done, because if it's not done, it's just going to get worse. I was later told by the next door neighbour, because the next door neighbour is an old boy, and he actually he bought one of the new houses, as they were, in '79, I think. So he's been here a good few years. So he actually walked in as a new build, and he was saying that they used whatever material they could get to build the houses, because as I said, flooring is not, it's not wooden. It's not wooden planks that you remember the old type flooring you used to have. We're going back early '70s, '80s. You'd get proper flooring, wouldn't you? Um, Under the foam, under the carpet is chipboard all the way over. So you just walking on chipboard that's about that thick, and that's why it wears away quickly. Plus the fact that this house was actually converted into a flat, so it had a bottom and a top, and the people who were in the top bedroom had a washing machine fitted, apparently, in the bedroom, and they ran the hose out, or it might have been a dryer, but they ran the hose out the window. But one day they had a bit of a leak, and it leaked all across the bedroom floor, and that's why there's a dip in it, because the water's got into the wood, and it's rotting the wood, and of course now you've got the dip in the middle. So as I said, I've got that to replace this week, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge for me, because I'm not, hand on heart, I'm not a DIYer. I'm not a DIY expert, even though I work in a DIY store. I'm not a DIY expert. I know bits and bobs, and I watch YouTube to get the hints and tricks, and I can do a good paint job, but that's about it. Anyway, I think I've spoken enough now. I've gone on for 25 minutes. Thank you for stopping by and just popping in and saying hello. It's nice to see you all. I hope you're all well. I don't think I've got anybody sticking in. Just then that. No. Nobody comes and visits me anyway, which it's not a problem because I just end up talking to myself. But people catch up with me afterwards, so that's fine. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and watching this afterwards after it's been recorded. As I said, I've got this new laptop now, so I can start planning scripts and getting some scripts done, and then we'll see about getting voiceovers on videos. Doing some proper videos on my old faithful, yeah. It's an HD Sony hard disk drive camera, so we'll start getting that done, and we'll take it from there and see how we get on. So thanks for stopping by. Take care of each other, and I'll speak to you later. And I'll put this up at the end. See ya.